What's going on, y'all? I'm Cam Best, and I'm here to talk to you about Iron Lad, Marvel Snap's newest card. Now, Iron Lad, 4 cost, 6 power, on reveal, copy the abilities of the top card of your deck. Now, we know that this card is meant to combo with cards like Howard the Duck, but how good is he right now? To me, I think Iron Lad is a very powerful card, and we're going to be going through 3 decks in which I think he manages to make a significant impact in the metagame in multiple different forms. But what makes him good and what makes him questionable, and what do you have to look out for while playing him? Well, first of all, he's good just on rate. 4/6, get a beneficial ability, very powerful. There are a lot of cards that are balanced at lower power because of very powerful abilities, like Iron Man, Dark Hawk, or Devil Dinosaur. Iron Lad copying those is at base stronger. So his natural place right now is just in a deck with a bunch of cards that you are totally fine with him copying basically all of the time. And so until Howard the Duck comes out, and even in my opinion likely after, the best things to do with Iron Lad for me tend to be these sort of mid-range piles. But here's the issue with Iron Lad. Because you want to play him with cards that are always good when you hit him, you don't want to play him with cards that are bad when you hit him, or weird or mid when you hit him, right? So, for example, if you're playing a deck with Darkhawk in it, you don't really want to be playing Enchantress and Shang-Chi when Iron Lad can hit them. So this sort of pushes you towards not just mid-range piles, but mid-range piles that are pretty light on interaction. That's the important thing to understand, is that you don't actually get a lot of this interaction in your deck without risking mid hits on Iron Lad. So you end up either sacrificing power to keep the interaction in your deck, or going full force with the power and dropping some of the interaction. And that's the sort of fundamental tension of the card. It's a very powerful card that is very linear, and the more interactive, reactive cards you run with it, the worse it gets, because the hits that it could possibly hit get worse. And that is sort of the key to understanding the card. It is a card you play if you want to make a bunch of big numbers and play a bunch of big dudes. That's what this guy is for. Is that always going to be the dominant strategy? That's a much better question. The more enchantresses there are, the less copying on goings is good. The more cosmos there are, the less copying on reveals is good. There's always going to be an angle for Iron Lad to exist in the metagame, but it's generally going to take the same form of just, here's a bunch of points. I'm doing something unfair. Can you check me? And that's the kind of card that he is, in my opinion. So let's jump into some deck lists, and I hope you enjoy. So this is the first list that I just slapped Iron Lad in. Very obvious thing to do is just take the new card that synergizes with Zabu and slap it in the best deck, which currently, based on all the numbers that we have, is this OnlyStats.com deck, Stature Miles deck. I've seen other cuts here. You know, you cut Nebula for Doom or something like that. You cut Miles because you want to keep Shang-Chi in. But again, I just went for the power play here. This is like the first level of building with Iron Lad. Just a very basic thing to do, and this is just a good deck. It's just good. There are some bad hits in here, but they're not the kind of bad hits that kill you. Like, you don't hate getting a Korg. You don't hate getting a Zabu. Jeff is good. You don't hate Polaris. There's ways to build around this that are more good for Iron Lad, but the sort of tension is, you know, how much of good for Iron Lad do we actually need? Do we need to be a deck that's good for Iron Lad, or can we just, you know, be playing the best deck and have all these reactive tools and it's not really like that big of a deal? You notice I kept Enchantress in here and cut Shang-Chi. Totally your call. Again, the cuts and the additions are entirely up to you, but this is just sort of a basic, you know, this is the mid-range shell. We're playing mid-range here. We're playing a solid mid-range, just put some points on the board, interact a little bit. Iron Lad is pretty good, but like not super broken, just like pretty good. And, you know, maybe he's not the best card here. Maybe there's a better card you could be running. Maybe Shang-Chi's actually better. Again, this is like the base level of building with Iron Lad. We're gonna get a little more fancy. So this is the first list I started out playing with Iron Lad that I really, really liked. It is just a straight up Doomwave deck. 11 of the 12 cards from Wubalos. I am a big fan of actually running good cards in our Doomwave lists. We tend to disagree, me and Wubalos, on what the exact configuration is, but this time we pretty much agreed that, like, yeah, we want to be playing Iron Lad, Darkhawk, Zabu, and just go as big as possible, and then slam the door shut with some wave stuff, right? And that's pretty much what's happening here. We have Leader in here as an additional great Iron Lad hit. This is a deck where you start getting into, like, okay, there is no interaction here. We are just putting numbers up. This is numbers. Our interaction is super minimal. Our interaction is super minimal. We have Iceman, we have Korg, we have Polaris, we have Rock Slide. It's disruption, not destruction. Those are the only things we really have that do things or impact our opponent outside of wave, things like that, right? Like, we are not playing Shang-Chi. We are not playing Enchantress. We do not have the cards that invalidate strategies. What we do is disrupt and put points on the board. Very solid deck. I really, really enjoyed this. I think this is a better iteration, or at least a comparable iteration, to the Only Stats list. Definitely a big boost to Doomwave itself, in my opinion. I wouldn't be shocked if this, of all the lists I played, is the one that survives, because it is just a very classic, good deck, in addition to doing some unfair stuff. So the next question that occurred to me was, all right, if that's how people are going to be building their decks, so if they're going to be cutting things like Enchantress, if they're going to be cutting things like Shang-Chi, what is the most unfair thing we can do with Iron Lad? Given that Iron Lad is pushing people towards a less interactive meta, what if we just went super, super over the top? So I went back and I looked at the Comantus Patriot list, and I updated it with Iron Lad. Now, this is a deck that puts points on the board. I don't feel like anything was even close when I was playing this deck unless they had Super Skrull or Enchantress. That's it. And I was able to beat Enchantress a couple times, just fundamentally doing things that are not fair. And asking the question, do you have Enchantress? Do you have Super Skrull? If not, you're out of here. And that's a very powerful thing to be doing. Just being like, all right, this is what I'm doing. Can you beat me? And this is sort of where Iron Lad decks trend, right? Like, there are all these other decks that are playing, like, you know, ongoing synergy Iron Lad, which I personally believe this is a little bit of a better version of, but it's the same kind of thing where it's like, the only question that matters is, can you stop me? Because if you can't stop me, my numbers are bigger than yours. This is a deck that's built to prey on the previous deck, basically. It's built to beat these sort of non-interactive mid-range combos that aren't really going to disrupt you in a meaningful way. They're just going to, like, put rocks in your deck and play Iceman or whatever, right? Like, that's what this is for. So in terms of how the meta could develop, I think this could be a major player, or if enough Enchantress and Super Skrull are around, it could be very bad. Like, this is not a deck that is going to be, like, you know, pretty good. It's either going to be really good or not very good, depending on what you're playing against. Finally, you notice I mentioned Super Skrull. This list was played against me a lot by Get Wrecked, and what I really like about it is the way it manages to be a super aggressive point slam deck, but the inclusion of Super Skrull means that you are able to sort of proactively tech against decks that are trying to go over the top of you. Now, one thing that you might struggle with are things like Galactus. You notice we're just, like, kind of completely cold to that. We kind of don't have any of the cards that interact with it. You could try maybe Polaris over Agent Coulson or something like that, but that might leave your dinos too small. Like, we are definitely cold to that, and we're kind of relying on Super Skrull on a null to, like, really make that matchup not awful, and the sort of generally mid reliability of Galactus itself. So I do think there's stuff like that that we just definitely have to pay attention to, but if you're not seeing Galactus, this is a very, very powerful thing to be doing, because instead of relying on things that could be bad hits, Shang-Chi and Enchantress, we have something that's usually just a good hit given how ongoing centric the meta seems to be developing to be right now. So hitting Super Scroll is actually totally fine. And then there are just a ton of really strong hits in here. This deck does have a couple bad ones, right? Like Sandman's not a great hit. And you do have to consider when you're playing an Iron Lad Mystique deck, like you do kind of consider that when you play your cards out. You should be thinking, you know, what if I hit Mystique here? What am I really getting to do? Definitely something to examine, in my opinion, would be a list like this. It seems to be a list that manages to strike a balance between the raw power that an Iron Lad deck can get and also cover its bases by not letting something like the Patriot list go over the top all the time. So I do think this is another very plausible list. And generally speaking, I think Iron Lad makes all of these cards very powerful. So Iron Lad itself, normally I rate cards on a 1 to 5 star scale. And generally, I would say that Iron Lad is a light 4. Maybe just like a 4. I don't think he's a 5 in the sense that I'm not sure there aren't things that decks that don't have Iron Lad can do. But I do think, given how hard it is for a card that will downgrade to get a 5 from me, this is about as high as I can possibly rate him in terms of, do I think this is worth it? I don't know how the meta is going to develop, but if you're a fan of just dumping points on the board, he's pretty damn good at it. Now, there are going to be metas in which that is not valuable, but he is the kind of card that it is always going to be useful to have just in case you want to do something really stupid. As far as, is he going to be required to win? I think that's what we kind of have to wait and see. And that's why he's not a 5, and that's why he's more of a light 4 than a strong 4, because I still think that it is entirely possible that you don't necessarily need to buy this card if you want to be competitive. I will say, though, I do expect cards like Howard the Duck, Living Tribunal to not be cards that you need to buy. I would probably end up buying High Evolutionary, and if you still have the tokens left over, and maybe none of the Spider-Man cards coming in June are the kind of cards that catch your fancy, I think he's a solid pickup. A lot of people are going to be asking about Iron Lad versus Jeff, and I think Iron Lad is more narrow and potentially more powerful. Jeff is more broadly applicable, which is to say, you are almost always going to be playing Jeff in, like, most of your decks. He just is, like, 5% better than the next best 2-drop. Iron Lad, much more specific, much more dependent on the context, not only of your deck, but of your opponent's deck, in terms of what his power is. And generally, like, when he does something good, it's really good. When Iron Lad copies an Iron Man, it's insane. When Iron Lad copies a Doctor Doom, it's insane. When Jeff is played as a 2/3, it's good, right? His ceiling is higher. But he is much more dependent on context. Jeff is probably going to be played more. You are probably going to play Jeff more than you are going to play almost any other card in the game at this point. So I do think it would be fair to put them both as 4s with Jeff a little higher, depending on what you value, right? I don't know what you value, but I hope that this breakdown in terms of Iron Lad as a like peak card or Jeff as a card you are basically always going to use, I hope that helps you. We're going to put a little bit of gameplay on the end of this one. I hope my editor will manage to get that going. I'm super excited to get gameplay on this. You'll mostly see gameplay of the Patriot list and the Wave list, because those are the lists I played the most of on stream. So I hope you enjoy that. I want y'all to remember to be kind to each other. Thank you so much for watching. I am KM Best, and I'll see you in the next one. It was pretty good. I'm not saying this is a safe space for spoilers. I understand that there are those of y'all who have not seen it. But it was pretty good. All right, what if I... Hello? Okay, fine. I'll unmute. I'll do a fist bump and then I'll mute again. Don't fucking talk to me, bro. I've got a dumb plan. Okay, there goes a significant portion of my dumb plan. Let's go! Play your biggest thing here, dude. We're baiting it. We're baiting this. I really like the Iron Lad in discard. I have not enjoyed it in discard, but that's mostly theoretical for me, because the thing I value about... Like, you can see this in all the builds of discard that I play. I really value, like, knowing what the fuck is up. Oh my god, they scammed me so hard. How did they know? Oh, they're a helideck? Alright, you know what? That's cool, actually. Alright, so we have Korg, Jeff, She-Hulk left, right? And a Rock Slide. Let's hit the Rock Slide or the Korg here, because I'm basically God. Korg it is. Uh-huh. Lost the 50-50 on the Ghost Rider. Ugh. Heinous. Alright, what we at here? This is an 8. Let's do that. And then that. Things you hate to see. It. Destiny Cloud with the Prime sub. Pass to play around Iron Lad is the most bot play of all time. It sure fucking is. It sure fucking is. But this was not a bot. You know, we can tell because A, I've played them before, and B, they emoted me. But the previous person who passed to play around our Iron Lad leader, absolutely a robot. Without question. MODOK incoming. I'm kind of expecting a Dr. Doom here. Yeah. So that's why I played the way I did here. Where it's like, if they stay in this game, it's because they have Dr. Doom or like some form of Magneto scam. Like some 6-drop that affects 2 lanes here. But that one was a little like not impossible to see coming. Maybe one day I'll do like a thing that explains all the bot stuff, but like the simple answer is they have some rules that they follow, basically. This is a game where Rock Slide would be super good. Okay, I guess it's a game where I just like yam a Darkhawk out here. Cerebro 2. Cerebro 2. Definitely a game where Rock Slide would be really good. Fuck. Browde with the braid. What is going on, Browde? And the Browde viewers, how's it going? At this point, I think I'm just trying to stop them from doing shit. Am I ever actually winning this? Fucking maybe. Okay, now that there's like not really a Cerebro on the table, it's kind of interesting. There's like kind of a Cerebro on the table. So obviously I lose to a Cerebro. Obviously I lose to a Cerebro. But wouldn't they have played it if they had it? I don't know. Let's find out. Like, I guess they probably could still have it. I don't know. Matt! Luke Cage! No! Oh, that's not Hazmat Luke Cage. Yes! We got there. Somehow, they did not draw either Hazmat, either Luke Cage or Cerebro. Easy game, easy life. Pixel Darkhawk. Oh, baby. Game 1, first card drawn. Okay, so it's the stature deck. Hopefully we can leader them to death. Will Darkhawk be nerfed? I don't think there's a good way to nerf it. I wouldn't be surprised if the deck saw some nerfs, but Darkhawk itself is like a very hard card to make worse without gutting, and they don't really want to gut cards, I think. Most expensive meta deck? I don't think so, no. Iron Lad. What is it? Super Scroll! I'm pretty sure that just gets me. I'm pretty sure that just gets me. The existence of Super Scroll was not a variable I calculated with. With this hand specifically, I think it's quite poor. With this hand specifically, I think it's quite poor. Arena Gap. Thank you. Now, I don't think I beat that. I kind of want to try to play it out and just see if I can brute force through it. I'm going to play it out. I don't think I'm supposed to. I should leave here, but I'm going to keep playing. She-Hulk, Doom, Leader, Zabu, Korg. Leader! Let's fucking go, baby! I'm the best to ever do it! Oh, shit. Wait, he reshuffled my deck and now it's no longer Leader on top? Oh, jeez. Do I want to try to draw the She-Hulk here? No. I do not. I'm just never playing Darkhawk if this goes the way it's supposed to go. I want to try to draw the Doctor Doom, but it is what it is. I know I played Zabu Concealed. It's because he has a fucking Super Scroll. I do not want him to get that. It lets him play through my wave. I played that shit to be there and give me points. Snap him back. No, not with 2 rocks in my deck. Shit. See, that gets me, I think. Because now he can play through the wave, right? And if he has a Darkhawk, it's 10, right? So he's got 10 somewhere. So where is he going with it? I will change your mind by saying don't use that to describe cards in a card game. So it's like Darkhawk plus what? Braude with the sub. Thank you so much. Shit. I had to guess which lane he was going to contest, and I guessed wrong. That's on me. He got... Wait, that was my Darkhawk? Okay. I still could have won that is the frustrating bit. If I had swapped... No, I would have lost on the tiebreaker. Okay. That's fine. Shadow Band Braude. Braudo Band. Nebula. Okay, so not playing on Gamma Lab because they either have Storm or Shang-Chi. Hate using Jeff like that. I hope I pull that. Yes! Ha ha! But they do probably have Shang. The cheesiest. Alright, do I dump a Darkhawk here, or do I go for the Chad? I think there are way too few upsides to Iron Lad here. Yeah. Iceman. Wait. We Iron Lad first, so we can't hit Iceman. Okay. Dr. Doom. Oh, wave? Yeah, that actually works too. Sure. So it's gonna be like the stature plus Shang or some shit, right? I guess I don't even know if they have Shang. It could be like Shang plus Rock Slide. No, that wouldn't get them there. What do I lose to here? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, nothing. Cool. This fucking guy. This fucking guy is why I have so much Doctor Doom in every fucking deck I play. Because this man plays more goddamn lockdown decks. There's so much Thanos control from this man. There's so much Thanos control from this man. There's so much. Oh, what a surprise! Prediction for Thursday's OTA. Whatever they do, they gotta hit the fucking Darkhawk deck. I don't know if there's a good way to actually hit Darkhawk, so they probably have to hit the cards around Darkhawk instead, but yikes. Rogue 3/3, Jesus Christ. Crystal, please? They can't do that in OTAs. There's no way. That's actually impossible to do in OTAs. They are, under no circumstances, going to be able to appropriately change Crystal in OTAs. Any advice? I'm bouncing ranks 87-ish. Whoa, hold on. I need to... Crystal 2 cost? Would she even be played then? Like, remember OTAs are specifically for things they can solve with numbers, right? I'm assuming they just Profex this lane, but I'm kind of willing to live with that. I unmemeingly think Lad was amazing in Move. I don't, if only because, like, decks like Move and Discard, I personally like having control over the shit that I do. Care for Reality Stone, right? I think I just have to live with it if he does it right. There's the prof. So, if we are afraid of Reality Stone, right, we can just play a Doctor Doom now, and then like a She-Hulk next turn. If we are not afraid of Reality Stone, right, 8 cards in the deck. some fear. Oh, I shouldn't have had the fear. Oh, god damn it. Chat. Losing an Ultron is a lot of stat. That is true. Holy fuck. Oh. Did they open the regions for Infinite? No. It's just the regions aren't the same as literally where you live. I actually ladded into Ultron and stopped playing this. Mr. Sinister! Alright, Iron Lad is going to hit basically only good things here. Okay, cool. Yeah. What we're relying on here is that Educated Colin... Fuck! That he does not play any tech cards in his deck of any kind whatsoever. That's what we're relying on here. In his Zabu deck, he does not play Shang-Chi. He does not play Enchantress. This is our win condition, as the kids say. He does not play Super Skrull. That's not real either. In his Sarah deck, he does not play any of these cards. I have some worries about the future. I have some worries about the future. We may have a problem here. Why didn't we Doom right? I want to be open to actually trying to win that lane with, like, some form of Iron Man bullshit, but maybe that's stupid. But, like, Iron Man Patriot would win that lane. No, it'd be... Fuck, you'd have to... Yeah, okay, it wouldn't win that lane. Collins can't play Enchantress right because of Hell Club. Oh, that's actually true. Holy shit. Oh, now he can, though. Now he can, though. Interesting. So he gets 3 here. I guess we lose Gamma Lab forever. Is this winnable? Probably not. It's going to be like Darkhawk, Enchantress, Shang-Chi, and we lose to that. We lose to the 3/4s here pretty handily. Yeah, we just gotta pray. This is not a good matchup. We were kind of targeting our own mid-range pile here. I actually think Zabu Sarah might be plausible. Oh, he did not have that shit, huh? Okay. Galactus goes burr. Thank you, Craig Clee, for the 6 months. What the fuck? That's crazy. Okay. Get wrecked on Thanos. That is very interesting. Iron Lad Iron Man was super fucked up last time, but I don't know if it's reliable enough to stay in here. That said, there are like basically no bad hits off the dude here. It's either the thing or better in this deck, right? Holy shit, that's so many cards. I'm going to debris your ass so hard. If you play cards anywhere, motherfucker, any lane, if you put cards into any lane, my God. My God. Alright, I don't really know what's up here, but I'm rolling with it. What's he gonna do? Fucking play at a Death Domain? You are not gonna play any more cards this game. You are forbidden. You get 2 more fucking cards, dude. You get 2 cards. Look, if we get Killmongered in a Zabu list, fine. Alright? Cool Iron Lad. What did he even hit? Nice. Oh, baby. Baby. No bad hits. No, well, I guess Mystique is a bad hit, but even that's not a bad hit. I don't give a shit. I just don't think you're playing Killmonger day 1. Mr. Sinister? Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. Oh, God, my life is so nice. My life is so fucking nice, chat. Look at this. Okay, how do we lose? I can't figure out how we fucking lose. I have no clue. I have no understanding in the world of how we fucking lose. I can't figure it out. I don't fucking know, dude. I got nothing. They can Spider-Man mid? I literally can play cards on Death's Domain. I don't think I care. Oh! Jesus! Okay, this, I think, is something. Not sure about the Iron Man. I'm not either, but, like, it just kind of goes. I'm not sure about it, but, like, it just kind of goes. Doesn't he have tech cards, do we think? Yo! Alright, look. Enchantress, that shit's not real. Alright? That shit is not real. Alright? I like Cosmo over Iron Man or Mystique. It definitely isn't over Mystique. I can tell you that shit for sure. Oh, yeah, put that shit in my deck. I don't care. How does Iron Lad Mystique work? It's just nothing. Shit just sucks. Okay, it's still the same deck, so hopefully no tech. Yeah, Mystique already makes sense here, in my opinion. Even Iron Man, I think, already makes sense here. Ah, yeah, crazy. Do that to the Dr. fucking Doom deck? Wild. Behold. Dr. fucking Doom. Yeah. Yeah, I fucking thought so. How the hell haven't you pulled Iron Lad into Brood yet? I'm not playing Skrull or Ench. Brutal. Oh, what the fuck? This happens every time you come to chat, is you snipe me. Every single time you show up here, you snipe me. That's just how it goes. Could Super Scroll be a viable alternative to debris in this deck? Yeah, but like for what purpose? Alright, here's the thing. It never fucking dies. You piece of shit cowards. More defensive? Well, I mean, but it's also defensive against Galactus, right? They snap. Wild one. What does that mean? What are my hits? I think Iron Lad might be a little better here. Let's find out. I'm pretty good with that, I think. Yep. Yeah. Actually. I think we still lose here. But I want to find out. If we die here and they don't, I'm going to be sad. Oh, the tiebreak by 1. Iron Lad's been very good here and pretty mid most of the rest of the time. It used to be like times a bunch. Is it actually X6 now? It's X6 now, it used to be more. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's do math on that. It would have been 4 times 6, which is 24. That's more, yeah. Checks out. That is, in fact, more. Agent 13. Are they playing Devil Dinosaur? Are they playing Devil Dinosaur? My Super Scroll. My Super Scroll. My God. Just got here and what's going on? We're cooking. Scroll ASMR. Holy shit, that's a Sarah. Jesus Christ. Are we sure that's not a bot? I am no longer sure. Super Scroll. I don't know. Maybe they're baiting me. They want to Enchantress mid. You got it, dog. Alright, so... You know... Don't Enchantress mid, please. I kind of expected Dino mid, basically. Oh, Dino on Lechugia. Very nice. Oh, man. I can't believe we have to do it to him, dude. I literally cannot believe we have to do them like this. I don't even want to do that one. Sentinel, Rock Slide, or Dino, huh? Boy. I didn't think the bots had Japanese names, or I don't know what, Hello, I don't know anything. What to do? Good question. How's Classic Dino working out so far? So, the way I see this is that this deck has the distinct advantage of being able to run Super Scroll